So this is some of my clothes, and I have a little bit of a problem. While I love how they look, I don't necessarily love how they fit. Luckily, I have a sewing machine and I know how to use it, so I think this should be a pretty easy solution to my problem. Let's start off with the easy one. As you can see, it's pretty loose. All I really want to do is take in the waist a little, so it's a little tighter, and maybe debulk this armpit area. Using this blue chalk with the shirt inside out, I'm going to mark how much I want to take in. Making sure the line is complete, I'm going to transfer over the same measurements to the other side. Then using these pins, I'm going to pin all along the line to make sure it doesn't move while I'm sewing. I was doing some test pieces to make sure the stitches were coming out good, but they weren't, and I couldn't figure it out, so please enjoy me fighting the machine. Oh no! Oh my god, what? There's the issue now. I can already see this shit getting tangled, bro. Why? Why does the machine hate me? What? Why? Why? After finally getting it to sew smoothly, I sewed along the lines, cut off any extra fabric, tied up loose ends, and this is the final result. This shirt was a pretty easy solve, and I think it fits a lot better now. So I think it's safe to say that problem number 1 is solved. Alright, so this one is the same dealio as the other one. It's just a little too loose. I like it a little more fitted. After drawing, pinning, and sewing, here's the final result. So I tried this on to see how it fits, and I think it also fits really good, really tight. So I think problem number 2 is also solved. So for this next top, I have a little bit of a more complicated plan because it is a little more baggy than my other clothes, and I see the potential in it. So I feel like I can make this way better. Firstly, I want to cut off this neckline and make it more off the shoulder. And then I want to take in this waist and make it a little more tighter. Maybe not the whole thing, maybe just the hem. So let's see if I can pull this off. To start off, I cut off the collar, then tried it on to see how it fit. And honestly, it's a little too off the shoulder, but that's a problem I can fix a little later. As for the waistband, I previously marked how much I want to take off. After making sure the lines were more defined, I just went around cutting it off. Measuring each little side bit there to total around 5 inches that I want to take off. I opened up the band to expose the side seam and took off the inches from there. To reattach the new waistband to the edge of the shirt, I matched and pinned each side seam, then found the middle of each section, matched and pinned there, then did that all the way around to make it easier to stretch while sewing, if that made any sense. Then just sewed it up and did the same process for the collar as well. Then tried it on for the final product. After much finagling with the sweater, I'm happy to say that it's finally done. I've done so much to it. I'm so happy for it to be complete. I am really happy with it, but I think the waist could have been a little tighter, but I am happy with the top. It's just the right amount of off the shoulder that I wanted. I'm happy to say that problem number 3 is also solved. It's a little later now, but I'm back to finish this last shirt, and for this one, I was thinking of something like this. I think this would be a good candidate for this shirt because there's a little bit more fabric that I can work with, and I don't think it'll be too hard, so let's see what happens. I also want to keep this cute reindeer, but if it don't, I'll be a little sad, but I'll get over it. I'm gonna start off by cutting off the sleeves since I'll be resizing them, and the collar as well since I'm gonna end up changing the neckline anyway. Then I'm left with the vest, and after folding it in half, I'm gonna use the pink shirt from the previous segment and outline the body with white chalk. Then add seam allowance with the yellow chalk. I was kind of scared to cut the body, so I did the sleeves next, doing the same thing, laying the pink sleeve on top, tracing around it, cutting off any excess. Then doing the same thing for the other, using the already cut blue sleeve. After this, I realized the moose/reindeer was kind of in the way, so sadly it had to go. I spent a while doing this. 0 out of 10 would not recommend. I marked more where I wanted to cut and felt brave enough, but I actually messed up because I only meant to cut the front and ended up cutting both sides of the fabric. So that's future me's problem, but for now, I used the parts I cut off as templates for the other sides. I took a quick trip to Walmart to get matching thread since none of the thread I had matched. Then I made this little rectangle to extend part of the bust area. This is what I was left with. Then attach the top and bottom of the back pieces. I also attached the front pieces, but I realized I forgot to hem the raw edge of the neckline. So I undid that, hemmed the neckline, and reattached it, and I think it looks pretty clean if I do say so myself. Next was time for the sleeves, so I decided to attach them with the sides open because I thought it would be easier. So I marked the center and matched it with the shoulder seam, then matched the edges and made my way around matching and pinning. Then sewed it together. Now it's time to finally sew up the sides. So after pinning it all up, sewing both sides, I tried it on and it was too small. I forgot to count for the stretch of both shirts because the pink shirt was much stretchier than the blue shirt. But thank God for my seam allowance because it gave me a little bit of wiggle room. So I seam ripped the sides and decided to add this lace. I measured about 15 inches of length I needed, so I cut two 30-inch strips to sew them together to make a wider strip. I marked the tapered line top to bottom, pinning along the sides of the shirt, then sewed it together. Then to use the leftover and make the lace look like it belongs, I used it along the neckline, hand sewing the herringbone stitch to make sure it's secure but isn't visible from the outside. Then I tried it on to see if it fits, and it fits! So now it's finally done. If I thought the last shirt was a hassle, this shirt was definitely the biggest hassle of my life. I literally deconstructed it and put it back together, and I couldn't be happier with how it turned out. I think it's really cute with all the lace detail. Although it was unintentional, it turned out cute. So definitely problem number 4 is solved. If you made it to the end of the video, I just want to thank you because this took a lot of work, and hopefully I can inspire some people to rework clothes in their closet because you have new clothes to wear if you do. And that's all I wanted to say. So I'll see you in the next video where I'm doing something else. Bye!